Democratic Senator Jeff Merkley, who sits on the Foreign Relations Committee, your state, Oregon, one of those 21 states targeted. You've expressed these concerns before also about possible collusion. Walk us through how Oregon and these states get ready for this clarion call from your colleagues today, and any thoughts you want to share on the collusion part of the investigation.
Sure, you bet. One of the most vulnerable parts for Oregon is our voter database, and that is why careful backups are kept so that it can be restored if it was successfully hacked. But our voting system, which involves vote by mail, is basically impossible to hack. The ballots are mailed out. Citizens have 2.5 weeks to return them. They are counted by a system and tallied without being connected to the internet. So everybody in the country who wants a system that's resilient to such hacking should look at Oregon's system.
So you have that confidence that on collusion, yes, sir?
Yes, and in return to collusion, well, the plot just gets thicker. We now know, thanks to information released today, that very carefully crafted targeting was done in Michigan and in Wisconsin. Michigan, which had a vote difference of 10,000 votes, Wisconsin 22,000 votes, in both cases less than 1%. And how did this sophisticated targeting occur? Who provided the insight to Russia on how to target these ads?
Senator, are you saying that the circumstantial evidence suggests they would have needed American expertise to do that?
Yes, that is certainly the likely result. They had their ads targeted in the concept of attacking issues related to race. Certainly they were engaged in other strategies related to religion.
Senator, you're saying the open question is which Americans? We talk a lot about which campaign. You're saying it looks like some Americans helped the Russians, and the bigger question is just whether they were affiliated with Donald Trump or not.
Yes, I'm saying it's very likely.
Wow.
That's very likely, and we need to get to the bottom of who was involved here.
And Senator, because your committee oversees the State Department, I have to ask you about these reports the Secretary of State called the president a moron. Your view of how that affects diplomacy or our standing in the world?
Well, it doesn't affect it as much as the continuous undermining of our Department of State on the most serious issues, including Iran and North Korea and Qatar in the Middle East. On North Korea, there is no military option. North Korea has a significant deterrent capacity conventionally, as well as having nuclear weapons. And when our president demeans and tries to undo any effort to apply pressure to provide a non-military outcome favorable to our national security, he's doing great damage to our nation. And I think Tillerson was trying to find the correct right path to apply pressure, and have the president undermine him is a huge mistake on the president's side.
All right. I don't want to diminish the complexity, but it sounds a little bit more like you're more Team Tillerson than Team Trump, at least as it relates to the policy orientation.
In this case, yes. Yes, indeed.
Senator Jeff Merkley, a busy day for you, and you made some news here, I think, as well. I appreciate you joining us.
Thank you, Ari.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.